So in today's video, guys, I'm going to be answering a really important question that a lot of Fortnite players have in this current season. And this is going to be how to get good teammates and actually find teammates that you will work with and who are similar to your skill level or better. Now, what I'm going to be doing is highlighting the 3 different tiers of average competitive players and how each different level can go through the process of finding good teammates to actually compete with. Now, obviously, Fortnite has been in and out of team game modes for the past 4 years in terms of competitive play. However, as of the recent past 2 years, we've been going through tons of team game modes. So you guys will most definitely need to know how to find the best teammates possible. Now be sure to use code SonataYT in the Fortnite item shop if you guys do want to support me. Let's hop right into this video. So I'm going to go over how low PR players can actually get good teammates. Now what I mean by low PR is anywhere from the range of 0 PR to 1,000. Now this is actually a lot of the competitive player base that's most likely going to be watching this video. Every one of you guys that is watching this video that is from 0 to 1,000 PR and doesn't have more than that, you guys are considered low PR players. And this is the advice that you 100% have to follow in order to actually find good teammates. Now first off, you need to understand that you will have to look into talking in the open Discord channels. So what I mean by this is stuff like Vital Scrims, like CubeX Scrims, all of these different servers, you're going to need to go into the looking for players section and then try to find teammates in there. You need to create a solid message with no requirements in the message itself, but rather what I'd recommend you do is just say what you're looking for. Like for example, I'm looking for a duo, and then say DM me for the requirements. Now what this will first off do is have a bunch of people DM you for whatever reason. Maybe they want to play, maybe they just want to see what the requirements are, but you're going to be getting much more DMs if you actually make them DM you for the requirements. Then you can send each of them the requirements in a copy and pasted message. I'd recommend that you try not to be too picky with these requirements. You guys are just pretty simple with it. Here's an example message up on screen. But once you're done with that, you need to make sure that they fit your exact type of player profile. So for example, if you have 400 PR, you need to make sure that they at least have 400 PR or better. You want them to be around a similar skill level as you because you don't want to be playing down a level, you'd rather play with somebody who's better. And then once you're done with that, you guys can start playing with them, experience some chemistry, learn if you're actually playing well with these players. Now, if you're a low PR player and you want to try to improve the quality of players that you're playing with, you need to show proof of your skill, placements, tracker, or earnings. And I know most people around this PR level won't be having much of that, but you 100% need to start gaining that by doing stuff like solos, ladders, cash cups, as many different tournaments as you possibly can. Just try to diversify your competitive profile as much as possible and success will follow. I've been a big preacher of the fact that solos is one of the most important game mode, and that's the most true in these types of situations, simply because if you get solo placements in solo PR, it's not only going to build your tracker, but it's going to prove that you're a player that knows how to handle themselves on your own. In turn, that's going to give you a lot of good teammates and a lot of good opportunities to play with better players. But I know a lot of you guys are low PR players that are watching this, and you have to listen to this advice. There's literally no other way I can say this. But once you're one step up from that, you're going to be a mid PR player. And if you're a mid PR player, you're going to be from around 1,000 to 5,000 PR. I know that's a lot of a bigger range than it was before, but mid PR players are actually pretty good at the game. They've gotten to the point where they're able to succeed in most open level tournaments and qualify to the quarterfinals and semifinals of most major events. Now, at this point in your Fortnite competitive career, you should already be in the mid/higher level discords. For example, gold servers for various different scrim servers, higher level versions of Vital Scrims, CubeX Scrims, whatever it may be. You should also have a decent following on social media if you are playing, especially if you're quite consistent with posting social media content. But even if you're not, you should still have some friends of yours around the area and in the scene. You can also connect with people there if you guys are interested in looking for teammates, but I'd also recommend that you try to talk in these Discord servers, especially if they're higher level ones. The 2 primary routes that I take is either tweeting something about it or talking about it in these higher level discords. Not only will the players be better naturally, since you have a bit more of a following and a bit more status in the community, you can find a lot better players here who might be willing to give you a chance. A lot of players have gone through this process before. I'll give you guys a couple of pro player examples. One of the biggest ones that I can think of is AV. Chap used to be one of the biggest Fortnite pros in the world, and AV used to be a guy with virtually no earnings in PR, and Chap picked him up and then they absolutely popped off in the Chapter 2 Season 2 FNCS. What I'm trying to say is that it's important that you guys make yourselves known in these servers and on social media. Simply say your PR and say your ambitions for the rest of the season in a short message. This is not going to be too complicated. People will be able to understand exactly what it is you want. They want to know how much you actually care about the game. and then you can move forward from there. After this, you're 100% going to get plenty of responses, so you shouldn't be worried at all about the amount of people that are responding to you. What does matter is that they match your quality of play, and they are also ranging from around 1000 PR to 5000 PR or better. Now, to get even better players as a mid PR, you kind of have to break the earnings barrier no matter what. This is the hard truth that a lot of mid PR players fail to understand. You need to get some earnings in solo game modes, or just try to get them your best in team game modes. This is not only going to elevate your level of teammates, but elevates you as a player. A lot of people are like, oh, I can go pro without earnings. Oh, I can do this and that without earnings. No, you really can't. You just need to actually make some money off of this game, off of official events, and add that to your tracker, and you're going to pop off in return. Not only will this benefit you, but it'll also benefit your friends. Because as you start to succeed, your people in your friend groups and scrim discords and Twitter following will also start to succeed with you, especially if they're known to you and if they're also competitive players of your similar skill level. So that's why earnings is really the important part of getting better players to play with you, and also succeeding with them and alongside them. And then once you succeed as a mid PR player, you're going to be turning into what's called a high PR player. You're going to be ranging here from 5,000 to 20,000 PR. Now 20,000 PR is actually quite a bit, and that's a very big jump, so I'm going to explain this a little to you guys. High PR players essentially just means that you're going to be either a semi-pro or professional player at this point. Most of these people are going to be having some sort of earnings. I know a couple of people in the community that don't have earnings at this amount of PR, but it is very possible that you will be having earnings at this point. Now you can just start asking people within these high-level scrim discords and friend groups, and then also go on Twitter, be sure to tweet about it. Since you're in these high-level scrim discords, and also your Twitter is going to have a lot bigger of a following, it's not going to be that hard to find people that actually want to play with you. But I think the really underrated pick for these high PR players is talking to people in your friend groups. A lot of the times, the best duo partners are right under your nose. People like your friends from your friend groups, some mutuals that you guys know through your friend groups, all of these people are going to be extremely good picks for who to play with. What I would recommend is that you're able to say your PR, any earnings if you have them, which you should, and then you're going to be able to get a good teammate. For higher PR players, it is a bit more difficult for you guys to get players that are a little bit past this stage, because past 20,000 PR is where you get into the actually very good pros. If you want to improve past this stage, you need to get your name higher and more consistent in the leaderboards. You need to consistently be qualifying to the finals of tournaments, placing within the top 50, top 20, top 10, until you're able to play with these high-level semi-pros and professional players. What really matters is that you're actually breaking through that barrier of what decides a good player versus an amazing player. I'll give you guys a really good example. One of my close friends, I'm not going to say his name, but one of my really close friends has around 25,000 PR. He's a really good player, but he does not really have that much earnings. Now, in order for him to succeed, he really needs to break through that barrier and start playing really consistently and placing consistently within these tournaments. And then he'll turn into somebody like Sharkman, like Fearful, all of these players with a good amount of earnings that are slightly known in the community but are still good professional players. This is a really good example of exactly what the difference is between a high PR player and a pro. If you guys want to find teammates of the pro player level as a high PR player, you need to exactly break through this barrier, such as my friend, and then you need to actually start playing to their ability and competing at the pro level. Now, just a general summary for all of the players in this video. This goes from low PR players to high PR players. This will apply to everyone. You just need to keep playing and focusing on yourself, because if you improve individually, better teammates will come naturally as long as you improve. Also, I'd recommend you consider starting some social media accounts, maybe YouTube or Twitch, because then people can truly see your skill level in actual video format. This is going to most likely help when you're talking to better players, because they actually like to see you play and make sure that you're good at the game before you're able to actually compete with them. Most times, pro players will try out multiple duos in one run, and if you want to stand out, you really need to have some video content that's actually explaining how good of a player you are. But I can guarantee if all three of you different types of players follow your tips, you guys will definitely find better teammates as long as you play the game consistently. But yeah guys, that is the video on exactly how to find better teammates in Chapter 3 Season 4 and the seasons beyond. If you guys did enjoy, please consider dropping a like and subscribing to the channel down below. I did enjoy making this video quite a lot. I thought that it was really interesting to analyze different PR levels and explain how to get better teammates. I think it's a really underrated practice in the modern day. A lot of people will just not really care about who they play with, but I think this is how you can truly go to the next level in competitive Fortnite. But that's about it for this video, guys. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye, guys.